Welcome to another edition of First and 10 Summer Series here on KLFI Plus. I'm News 10 Sports anchor Jonathan Bulott.
And I'm News 10 Sports reporter Andrew DeBella.
Here we go. We got a lot of football talk for you tonight here on KLFI Plus. We're talking the Westminster Christian Opelousas Crusaders. Head coach Byron Porter will be joining us entering year 4 with the program, and we will also hear from senior running back Kyle Horde. But Andrew, this Westminster team, they just flat out dominated in 2025.
Yes, nothing to take lightly. To go undefeated in the regular season, only to be stopped by a very good Ascension Catholic team in the semifinals. And I mean, their start in the first 3 weeks, they only had 14 points scored on them. And it looks like they scored over 150 points in those first 3 weeks.
Yeah, they average about 44 points per game. Their biggest performance of the year came against Beekman Academy, 63-0 on October 24th. Of course, they had our game of the week in week 3 taking on Westminster Lafayette. They picked up that win 49-7. This team just really seemed like they clicked early and they rode that momentum all season.
Well, that's what happens when you have a bulldozer of a running back to produce like he can, that also plays at linebacker and knows each side of the ball.
Yeah, and his performance last year garnered some potential offers and some looks from places like Tulane and Houston and Texas State. And we'll get into more of that whenever Horde joins us later in the show. But let's just talk about overall what that team last season really did. You know, Stephen George, what a great year he had at the quarterback position, throwing for over 1,500 yards, over 20 touchdowns, a little less than 10 interceptions on the season. But they got a ton of different departures they got to replace. Damian Thomas, he was a big pass catcher for them. I'm pretty sure he also played defensive back as well. Evan Lemon, Gavin Frith. They had so many of these seniors that will be leaving this year. But by the looks of it, Coach Porter is very excited about the group that he's going to have coming back this year.
Yeah, I don't think Coach Porter or Kyle are worried, to be quite frank with you. I mean, with the turnaround Coach Porter's been able to do in 23-24 to go 6-6, then 24-25 to go 8-4, and then build upon that with a regular season sweep. And I'm assuming just to build upon it even more and go even further into the finals. So yeah, no worries.
I think they're just looking to stack and build. Whenever I was talking to Coach Porter entering this interview, one of the big things for them is they wanted to not only make the playoffs but host. And they were able to do that. They drew some big games, especially that Opelousas Catholic game in the first round of the playoffs. I don't think there was an empty seat over at that stadium that night.
No, whenever I went over to those games, man, you could feel the energy when you walked in. They knew what they were there for. They knew what they were there to watch.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch them again this season. Overall, what has you most excited when it comes to their potential district matchups this year? You know, St. Edmund, they always come to play Point Capee. They're continuing to get better and better every year. Sacred Heart, they're not a pushover. And Opelousas Catholic, they're looking to bounce back after what is probably a more disappointing season for them.
Yeah, I'd say I'm most excited to see that Opelousas Catholic game. You know, I that's always a competitive game. Even last year, it was still a good game. So yeah. I'm hoping for a nice bounce back and some good friendly competition.
Yeah, and just to clarify, that first game against Opelousas Catholic, only a 2-point win by the Crusaders, but then they come back and take the win over them in OT in the first round of the playoffs, 48-35. But yeah, it's going to be a really good conversation here today with the Crusaders. Of course, when we come back, we'll be joined by head coach Byron Porter of Westminster Christian Opelousas, coming up on First and 10 Summer Series here on KLFI Plus. Welcome back to First and 10 Summer Series here on KLFI Plus. We're continuing our conversation on the Westminster Christian Opelousas Crusaders. And joining us now is head coach Byron Porter, entering year 4 with the program. First off, Coach, thank you so much for making the time out of your summer.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. Pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and talk about the dominant year that y'all had in 2025. Y'all average about 44 points per game. You go 12-1 on the year. It falls short in the semifinals against Ascension Catholic. But the program's turnaround from 23-24 going 6-6, 24-25 going 8-4, and then last year going a complete regular season schedule undefeated. What do you credit that turnaround to?
Well, I credit that to our kids' work ethic, good coaching staff that we had, good support staff. We came in with the mentality that we wanted to we wanted to change some things, and kids bought in. They saw the fruits of their labor, and we just went forward with it. Kept our head down and just worked hard, and they brought into the process.
During the break, you were talking a little bit about a little bit of a message during the exit meetings that kind of resonated with them. Can you kind of share?
Yeah, after each season, we conduct exit meetings with our kids, and each year they wanted something more, right? And the first year they wanted to host. After the first year, going to the playoffs. Obviously, the first year was getting to the playoffs. After that, going into year 2, they wanted to host a home playoff game. And then going into last year, the common message was, getting a bye, winning the district, and things like that. So they wanted more each year.
So after the deep playoff run and building upon it every single year and making sure to keep getting better and better, what is the mindset around the program this offseason to continue to build?
Well, like I said, in the process of changing the culture, we've in turn created a standard. And, all the kids bought in, believe in it. They know what needs to be done. And so they're willing to put in whatever work that needs to be done. We like to say now, we're not the hunter, we're the hunted now. So, we're going to get everybody's best shot. And, that's I guess that's kind of what we want. And, we're preparing and getting ready for that.
You had a lot of impact seniors last year, including your quarterback, Stephen George. You had Damian Thomas, Evan Lemon, just to name a few. What did that senior class mean to you in the program, and what has it been like kind of looking for those underclassmen to step up and replace them?
Right. Those guys helped set the foundation. They played huge roles in our program in so many ways, and you lose a bunch of guys like that. They're irreplaceable. Great kids on and off the field. So we're gonna miss them, but the younger kids saw what they brought, and like I said, now in the process of changing the culture, we've set a standard, and so no one wants to let the next guy down. And so they're working just as hard, and we still have some pretty good players that's coming up in the wings. That's that's working hard and getting things going as well. But those guys that you named and a couple of others will be greatly missed.
Let's talk about the young man that you brought here today. Your running back, senior running back, Kyle Horde. What has he been like over these past 4 years at Westminster, and how do you hope that he's able to, develop and continue to thrive in this offense in his senior season?
Well, Kyle is, he's our everything right now. When he came in, he was only a freshman. We were just talking about that today. We threw him out there as a ninth grader. He was making checks, calling defense, and everything like that. So he's been prepared for this moment, and he's a proven leader, excellent player on both sides of the ball, and. He gets it done. He's a great person to follow, to look up to. And he does a lot for us, and I'm glad he's on our team.
Awesome. Andrew?
So let's flip over to the defensive side of the ball. And your team recorded, and these are from Max Pratt's 15 sacks, 17 interceptions last season. What made the unit so successful?
Just guys believe in each other. We had Kyle. We had like you said, Evan Lemon. We had Damian Thomas. We had Gavin Frith. Then we had some guys that are coming back. We have Matt Lalonde, Jack Hunt, who's I think is a real underrated player. So we had guys like that was a part of our defense, and we still return a good bit of guys, and they just believed in each other, trust each other, and played hard, and we got it done. We were able to get it done on the defensive side.
Coach, let's get into the district a little bit, because it seems like year after year, District 5-1A continues to improve. Of course, y'all come out on top with the outright district crown this year. Mm-hmm. But what do you feel like is the landscape of this district and how things are progressing going into the season?
Coming in, the district's always been competitive. And nothing's changed. I know a couple of programs have made head coach changes, but the district is still solid from top to bottom. We don't expect anything less. So it's competitive. You got to be on point each week, and it's fun to be a part of.
Now, talking about this season, what's kind of been the mantra leading into this season and the beginning of summer workouts for you and your team?
Well, just getting better. We're not putting too much faith into what happened last year. Last year is last year. We want to move on to this year. Like I said, we've created a standard, we feel, and just get better every day. Our kids come out there, they're in the hot sun. I just told them today, everybody's in the state is practicing in the hot sun. And, they believe that, and then they show up, they work hard, and, they do what they got to do. And like I said, they're doing everything that we ask, so they're working extremely hard.
Absolutely.
And with the summer workouts coming around and the departure of some players from last season, who are some younger guys that you have seen really stepping up that you think are going to take a big part in this team next season?
Well, like I said before, in addition to guys like Kyle Howard, Matt Lalonde, two guys that made All-State as underclassmen. You got a guy like Jack Hunt, been starting since a freshman, second team All-District. I think he's a real underrated guy, I should say. They're underrated. But, some of the guys that are ready to make a step forward, I think we have offensive lineman, defensive lineman, Marquise Butler. Our quarterback, Garrett Noel, who, followed Steve everywhere last year. Steve kind of took him under his wing and gave him the keys. So we're making ready for Garrett to make a move forward. And there's a couple of other kids, a slew of other kids that has potential to move forward. That's one of the reasons why we do spring football. I think we had some kids that took that leap forward. And we're continuing to stack and work on the things that we worked on during the spring to get those guys' maturation process flowing a little more.
What's the message entering the season for the community and the fan base, coming off a year like last year and looking to keep the standard where it's at?
I mean, nothing's really changed. We still have the same message. We want to go out there and compete. We're going to work hard. And we want to be solid on all three phases of the football. And, you're just going to go out there and compete and work hard.
Oh, we know it's going to happen when 2026 rolls around. But coming up after the break, senior running back Kyle Howard sits in the chair and joins us here on First and 10 Summer Series when we come back. Welcome back to First and 10 Summer Series here on KLFY Plus. Now joining us with the Westminster Christian Opelousas Crusaders is senior running back Kyle Howard. First off, Kyle, thank you for taking a little time out of your summer and coming to join us here at the KLFY Plus podcast studio, man.
Oh, no problem.
Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about your season last year. You went for over 1,000 yards, over 15 touchdowns on just a little over 100 carries. What did that season mean like for you and your development at the running back position?
For the development part, it was just my breakout season. I had two senior running backs the 10th grade year, so I really couldn't show out. I was limited. I was behind them. Freshman year, had no snaps at all on the offensive side. Well, not at the running back side. But this year was my breakout year. It was my turn to show out what I could do at running back.
Now that you're stepping into the shoes of being a senior, kind of have you felt the need to be a little bit more of a vocal leader in the locker room with the rest of your team?
Not like a vocal leader, because I've always been a leader. Since my 9th grade year, I've been a leader. It's just my steps on the field I got to improve on. I got to play more than one position, got to give it my all. It's another year. I got to improve, get better.
And what's the one big thing that you're looking to improve on heading into this year?
Honestly, everything. Nothing's perfect. You can work on everything.
There we go. Andrew.
And then you're playing on both sides of the ball. So how does that help out? How does running back help with linebacker understand the defense and vice versa?
I'll say at linebacker, I got a running back mind also, so I know what the running back going to do. So linebacker is easy for me to do. I got the answers to the test, honestly. When they run routes, I already know what routes they're going to run. When they're running behind their guards, I have an idea where they're going to go and whatnot. So it's easy for me at linebacker to make plays on the running back.
Last year, you had a really good signal caller helping you out with that offense and Stephen George. Now you'll have a new quarterback that will be leading the charge this year. Kind of what's that relationship that you have with your incoming quarterback, and how do y'all look to, improve upon this offensive performance this year?
It's going to be better. We had a lot of chemistry off the field because I'm friends with a lot of underclassmen. I don't just be friends who just had one single group. I'm friends with everybody. I don't have no bad blood with nobody. Me and Garrett, we've been cool, and on the field. Our chemistry been building, so it's going good so far.
Well, let's talk about the season that y'all had last year, going basically 12-1, averaging 44 points a game. When did y'all really feel like there was the point in the season that it was like, oh, we're really in a groove? I don't think anybody's going to stop us at this rate.
I'll probably say week 3. We always knew we had it in us. It was just will we do it? And once I started seeing we was doing it, I was like, okay, now nobody can stop us. It's up to us to stop ourselves. We put in the work all summer. Honestly, literally all summer. It was a lot. All the coaches believed in us, put in hard work, and we showed what hard work did for us.
Now, when it comes to district play, what do you feel like is the biggest point of emphasis for y'all when it comes to not only being dominant in the district again this year after going 6-0, but really just putting a stamp on it that this district belongs to the Crusaders?
Just do it again. Everybody know once the new coaches came, everything started changing. We started winning. District started getting worried, and about our second, third year, district had to worry about us being district championships and whatnot, and we proved it. And we have a standard now. We have the bar set. It's just keep doing it. This year, when I'm gone, and the years after, while he's still here.
There you go. Go ahead, Andrew.
So after that run last year, I imagine the work did not stop at all. You guys kept on the gas, keep it moving. What are some lessons that you guys learned from going through, making that deep playoff run to make sure, hey, we're doing this again, and we're doing it even better next year?
It's just hard work during the summer. We got new kids. We just got to pay attention. If we pay attention, we could get the kids to buy in, the younger kids, the new kids. We all develop, all not playing around, we'll be okay.
So last year's performance from you, it came with a couple of different offers, a couple of different schools looking at you. We talked during the break, Houston, Tulane, Texas State. Kind of what has it been like kind of reaping the benefits of your performance on the field and then seeing what a future may look like for you on the football field at a collegiate level?
It's been great for me because I got to experience this. My dad always told me the recruiting process is going to take care of itself as long as I perform on the field. That's one thing I was worried about because going in my 9th and 10th grade year, had no offers, not really any colleges looking at me. And then my 11th grade year, boom, out of nowhere, a lot of colleges started looking at me. I'm blessed and it's an honor to be in this position.
Talk a little bit about the visits that you were able to make to Tulane and Houston, the excitement that it kind of built in you to get to the collegiate level.
It was very exciting seeing how Houston and Tulane run their places. It's 2 different places, 2 different ways they was running it. It was very exciting for me to see this and me to take the next step, work even harder, be like, I want to be a college player. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to go to the league. It's just to get to work now.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Andrew.
And you already kind of touched on it earlier, but you still have 1 year left to keep garnering up some of these offers and to keep letting your play speak for itself. If you had to say one specific thing that you're going to make sure to hammer in on, what are you trying to hammer in on?
I probably just have to see just hard work, send my film out to more coaches, see what I can do, see what more offers I can get, see if I can get some more Power 4 offers and whatnot.
And then more of on the sentimental side of things, this is going to be your last season of high school football. Kind of just thinking about the years that you spent at Westminster and what the program and Coach Porter and the community have meant to you. Kind of what is it going to be like stepping out on the field for that first game this upcoming season?
Might bring tears to my eyes. I've been 13 years, going on 13 years now. I've seen the ups and downs of Westminster. Coaches come and go. I've seen everything in Westminster. It's most definitely going to bring tears to my eyes, and I'm going to be happy. I got to spend my last game with the people I'm around because it's good people.
Let's talk a little bit about the ups and downs that you mentioned one more time before we go ahead and wrap this thing up. In 23 and 24, the team went 6-6, and then the year after they were 8-4, and then now going into 2025, a 12-1 season. Now entering 2026, what do you feel like is your mindset? Just seeing how this program is progressing year in and year out, and looking to rack up more wins every year.
I'm happy because when the coaches came, like you said, the records. Back we had a different coach, Travis Blees. It didn't go too well. We went 2-8. Now new coaches came in. They did a lot for us. We bought in with what they had to pour into us, and we started winning. We became a winning program. Before, people used to schedule us for homecoming games. Now people are afraid to play us, and we got to go play out in the state now, not just in the area. I'm very excited for what holds this season.
There we go. One last question for you before we wrap this thing up. What has Coach Porter meant to you personally on and off the field?
Oh, that's just like a second father figure. I can call him any time of the night, any time of the day, just anytime. Talk to him about whatever. He's there for me even when I don't need him. He's just there. He's always been a good person to be around, good role model and everything.
Linebackers, watch out. Running back Kyle Horde will be making his way to the end zone this coming fall for the Westminster Crusaders. Kyle, thank you so much for joining us on First and 10 Summer Series.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We'll see you right here next Friday night on KLFI Plus.